I'm about to give you guys this video that I think a lot of you will appreciate. And even a lot of you ladies, you guys can watch this video. You guys can take a lot from this video. You guys can speak on this video yourselves halfway through the end of the video, whatever you want, whatever you think is necessary. But I think a lot of people have a lot to say about this topic, and we're just going to discuss the nice guys finishing last saying. So the truth on this topic, man, it's like you can't, people think this and they're like, oh, I have to automatically treat people like shit. I automatically have to be bad to certain people and be disrespectful. And I'm going to tell you now, you can't even come close to doing that dumb shit, because you're going to get ghosted. You're going to get left on scene. You're not going to have any success with anybody. And it's just not true. You just don't understand what this concept really means. It's what it is. And it's like, you cannot either start acting like different or weird around anybody, if you're a guy or a girl. Because some girls have this saying in their own head, nice girls finish last. Like it's all these things, you know what I mean? So it's like, you cannot stop being yourself. You can't. And I get it. Sometimes you almost feel you have to start acting a certain way in front of somebody. And I just think so much of this stuff today exists. Everyone's acting at a character. Everyone's acting really crazy and not like themselves, and you can almost sense it. And I truly believe it is insecurities in the people itself that are acting this way, because I've even known and have talked to some nice girls that just did not behave like that, and they were pretty arrogant because they think that's what works nowadays, is being this way. And it just doesn't. I don't think it ever does. I really do not think it ever does. And it's because somebody acted like this to somebody else, so they think, okay, now I have to act this way to somebody else because this happened to me. It is not the truth. You're never going to have success with the person you're actually supposed to, like, you're never going to have success with the person you're actually supposed to be with by acting out of character, by acting like a bad boy or some girl that's just not nice. Like, it's just never going to work that way. And I want to give you guys a couple short stories right now on something that happened to me. And this was a long time ago. This was over 5 years ago now. But I was dating this girl for a year, right? And before I say anything about that, I'm going to go back 1 year before that, and I had a situation with another girl. And with this girl, I had an on and off history with her, and we never had a relationship, but it was like this on and off thing that would just happen. And I felt we were pretty compatible. I liked her, she liked me, and it's like the very first night I've ever met her in my life. We hit it off and we kind of got together, and we didn't do the you know what, but it's like we got pretty close and some stuff happened. And I was young. I believe I was 16 at the time and she was 15, and we actually had a little bit of liquor at this barn that we went to. It wasn't just like a pet barn or like an animal barn. It was like a nice building with nice furniture upstairs and like a warm room like upstairs, and it was huge, and like a loft in the wintertime. And there was me and my friend, and there was my friend and another girl. There's me and my friend, there was two other girls. So me, him, this girl I was with, the girl he was with, and we all had drinks and stuff happened. This is the first night I ever met this girl, and like I said, things happened. I knew her ever since that. We were just kind of off and on, and I got with her a few other nights after this. Not immediately, but like even a year after, like we knew each other for a while. And I remember there was one night that I got her over to a place when I was 18 that I was even renting with one of my buddies right after high school. She was still in high school, 17, turning 18, and I was turning 19, and she wanted me to go to prom with her. So she came over and we got in a bed together, and I went to make a move. I was young at the time. I liked her. We were talking about this stuff, and she just kind of put her hand up into she put her hand like into my face, and I was surprised because before this we hit it off and things happened, but not tonight. And she's just like, I'm not hooking up with you, and I was just kind of like surprised, like, okay. And she did not ask me to prom yet, but that was her plan. So it's like she just wanted to come over, hang out with me and all this stuff, and she wanted to ask me to prom. And she ended up asking me like weeks after this happened. And I rejected her, not because I wanted to reject her. I did not want to go to prom, period. Period. I did not want to go there, man. Because I just got out of high school and I did not want to go back there. I didn't want to see anybody there. I didn't want to go and get a suit or a tux or whatever. I didn't want to do any of that. So, and that made her mad because she really thought that I was going to say yes, and I didn't do it. But, you know, that's out of my problem. And there's even things, I just put on a smile because there's things that happen behind the scenes too, which is another reason why I said no. But anyways, so since that situation happened, and I go to make a move on this girl, and you get a hand in your face, and it's like, whoa. Like, you don't want to come off as some rapist or some shit like that, where you're trying to, like, get on somebody or get with somebody. Like, I don't like that shit. I don't want to feel even close to anything like that happening. And I say rape is, I'm taking a little too far when I say that, but, like, you guys know what I mean. I don't want to come off as a guy that's just, oh, he's just trying to get on her. Like, no, I actually liked her. She actually liked me. And you know what? If everything would have went through with, like, prom and all this stuff, I guarantee you I would have dated this girl. I guarantee it, because we talked about it, and that situation just kind of ruined everything. So that happened. And ever since that girl stuck her hand in my face, it made me hesitant from then on out to like initiate with a girl first. So it's like, I don't want that to happen again. Even though it wasn't a big deal, I just don't like that feeling. I don't want to feel like I'm trying to like force anybody to do anything. So it's like, and then if you don't make a move, then you can come off as like this nice guy type person where it's like, you're too scared, or you're too shy, or you're too whatever to try to make a move on somebody else. But in reality, you just don't want to come off as somebody that's too needy to try to get on somebody. You're just some F-boy or something like this. So I dated another girl, and this is where I'm getting to, for a good year. And we hung out a couple times. First time I hung out with her was at her parents' house. I was 21 and she was 19. And I didn't overly want to make a move whenever I was in that position at her parents' house. Like, her mom was in bed. Nobody else was home besides one of her sisters, which her sister was my age. And I actually went to high school with her, and she was 2 years younger than me, but I was dating her. So we were just in the couch in the living room. Everyone's in their bedrooms and stuff. It's pretty late. We're watching a movie. Things are happening. Nothing's happening too much. It's just kind of, we're a little bit close, but nothing's really happening. So then we go to her bedroom after that. It's pretty late. We stayed up pretty late. And I was even on my grind at this time. I was 21. I was putting in work. I was doing things. I was making things happen. I was super dedicated to my body in the gym at that time. like I am still, but I was even on another level when it came to the gym at that point. I was just so dedicated with my eating, with my sleep, with everything else. Even more serious than I do right now. So I just, you know, I could have got with this girl this night, and I look back and I know I could have. I know for a fact I could have. And if it wasn't for that position that I was in, earlier when I was 18, almost 19, whenever that happened with that other girl, I bet you any money I would have made a move on this girl. It would have happened. And yeah, so I hesitated and I didn't do anything. The only thing I did do was I did kiss her on the forehead, and it lit her up like a Christmas tree. I know she liked that. And I just didn't want to come off, like, because I really did like this girl too when we were actually dating. So it's like, and this is the first night I ever hung out with her. I didn't want to just like come on to her or something like this. Like, holy shit, man. So yeah, I just know she, like, looking back, I know she wanted it that night. But I didn't do it. I didn't do it. She wanted me to, but I didn't do it because, like I said, I hesitated. And I feel like I just did enough to be a gentleman, and I stopped there. I don't think there was that much of a problem. I don't think she overly... It's not like she was disappointed. I think she still enjoyed her time. She enjoyed her night. I enjoyed mine. I had to get up early that morning at like 8 a.m. and bust out of there on a Sunday morning. And she took me right to the door and said goodbye, let's do this again and all this stuff. And it was that kind of a situation. I left, I drove home, did my thing. And we hung out one other time after that. And she now had her own place in Charlottetown, which is the biggest city where I come from. She was going to university at this place at this time. So I was there with her alone, just me and her in her dorm room. And I went there for the night. And once again, we got into bed that night. This is a girl I'm still dating. And I still hesitated. I didn't want to just do that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I know she wanted it. I just felt like it was still too soon. I didn't want to end up getting a hand in my face again because I didn't know what would happen. And it's like, if you even give me a little sign of physical attraction, I'm going to take that as a yes, because usually when you're with somebody else, they're going to give you that sign. Pretty much every other girl I've ever been with gave me at least a little sign. And it was the easiest thing to go with. But like this girl, she really wanted me to do everything. It's like she really wanted me to do everything. And I just could not read her at all. I didn't know she wanted me to do it. So it's like, you don't know. And so I basically did the same thing. Like, we kissed and then nothing after that. I ain't coming off like that guy. But at the same time, it's like, now it's just like going back to the story where I actually tried. You get a hand in your face and it's like, no, not tonight. But then then it's like, now you have that in your head, so it's like you don't want to do that again because you don't want that same situation to happen, because you don't want that feeling again. So that's where that happened. And now that situation's over with, you look back and it's like she wanted to get nailed that night. Let's just be honest and say it how it is. She wanted it that night and I didn't do it. And I wasn't given a sign at all. And even after this situation here, I dated another girl after that, and things did happen because I was given a sign, and you guys know what I'm talking about. And it happened after that, and after that, and after that again. So sometimes you just can't tell, but the main thing is that you're being yourself, and I honestly can't look back and regret any of it. But I learned lessons in these times, and I hope you guys can learn a lesson from these couple stories right here in this topic overall. You can't be a dick. You can't do any of that shit. You can't stop being yourself. And I even feel in situations where things failed me and even failed them, it was not my fault. It was more on them than anything else. Because it's like, you did not do anything. Like, you literally showed zero. Nothing. And you know, you gotta do something sometimes too. You just, and some girls expect you to just come on them and stuff like that, and I get it, but it's like, you can't even give a little hint of a sign, like. But yeah, and things that you may go through in the past, you might become hesitant after that, so it's like, but at the end of the day, you just can't stop being yourself. You gotta be who you are. At the end of the day, if anything's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I believe it wasn't meant to be. It was not meant to happen. On the nights that it didn't happen. And even after that, it did happen. It was meant to happen because it was so easy. Compared to these weird situations where people are just not being straight up and forward. You know what I'm saying? So, this whole nice guy, nice girl concept, I really believe why some of the stuff happens is because people have it in their head like the wrong things. People are reading the wrong signs. Like, the signs I was getting from these girls, it was like the complete opposite of what I really thought. The complete opposite. And the reason why they stay low like that sometimes, they don't do anything, because they want to seem like a really, really, really goody girl. They don't want to seem anything like a hoe, or they're thirsty or anything like this. They don't want to come off that way. So it's like they will be like that, and they expect you to just completely just strip them down and do whatever you're gonna do. But like, that's not even my thing. If you can't show me anything, I'm not gonna do that. That's just crazy to me. It takes two to tango. I'm not just, that's just nuts. But yeah, lessons learned. It's all things like that, you know what I mean? So just keep being yourself. You can't. And even back then, not compared to right now, but like back then, I was even like, because I was a younger guy at the time, I was like, fuck. I was like, I blew it. And I was like mad at myself. But now, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. It was not meant to happen. Not at all. But the things that did happen were meant to happen because it happened so naturally. You can't work with stubborn people. You can't. It takes, like I said, it takes two to tango. You can't just expect yourself to be there and to perform something on some robot that's not doing anything. That's just crazy. And that's just what it felt like in some situations, and it is what it is. So. But anyways, guys, you live and you learn. Don't fall for this nice guy bullshit. If people are giving you a hard time, if people aren't giving you any signs of anything sexual at all, like let's say if you're with your significant other, or you're with somebody new that you're dating, and they're not giving you any signs at all, like at all, there's nothing you can do about that. Like I said, you're not going to come off as some needy guy who's just there to just hit and run. Like, you got to get to know the person first. And this was something too, even in the situation that I was in, I was really trying to get to know the person too. We didn't hang out a whole lot. Like, I barely even knew who it was. You talk over text, but that's nothing. That's nothing. You're just going to go there and hit and run on someone you don't even know. Just a soulless being. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. You live and you learn. Just do what you do. Who I've been and what I've done over the years, all in all, I feel like I did the right things in damn near every situation. In damn near every situation, I feel like I did the right things. And I ain't going nowhere to take advantage of nobody. I don't have to do that. I don't want to do that. If it's going to be something real, it's going to be something real. If I'm with somebody that I like and she likes me and we're about to get it on, it's going to happen. But it's like, I ain't showing up anywhere to expect, oh, I have all these things in my mind of what I want and all this stuff. Like, you can't have that either. Like, you just got to go with the flow. When things happen, things happen. And that's it. So I'm going to get out of here now. On to the next video. And that's that. Don't fall for all these nice guy, nice girl words. It's a bunch of bullshit to me. I don't know. Your significant other is going to want you to be a proper human being. They don't want you to be some dick. It's not how it works. It's just not how it works at all. And I'm going to tell you this too. They also don't want you to be some nice guy simp. They don't want that either. They do, like, your significant other definitely wants something from you, at least at some point. So you just got to be yourself. You got to have confidence. You got to do what you do, and that's it. I'm out.